From the Newstalk ZB newsroom, this is Newsfix.
Good afternoon, it's 12 o'clock. I'm Scarlett Swetanovich. In this update, Transporting New Zealand's asking road users to allow extra time when travelling over the Christmas break. It's reminding people that road transport is a 24/7 business and truckies will keep delivering supplies throughout the holiday period. Interim Chief Executive Dom Kalise says motorists need to keep calm and be patient when stuck behind a truck travelling at 90 kilometres an hour.
All our drivers will try and pull over when it's safe to do so. But unfortunately, there aren't a lot of places. The shoulders aren't that wide.
The holiday road toll already stands at 2 after 2 separate North Island crashes last night. A motorcyclist died after colliding with a car in Tauronga's Parkvale. Another person died about 2 hours later, about 11, after a single vehicle crash on Parhill Road in Wharehene near Wellsford, north of Auckland. The holiday road toll began yesterday at 4 p.m. and ends at 6 a.m. on Friday the 3rd of January. A prisoner is still on the run following a bold escape from the 8th floor of Waikato Hospital. The 48-year-old was filmed shimmying down a pipe half naked on Monday afternoon. A witness says no one realised Damon Anderson was a prisoner as he wasn't wearing handcuffs before he escaped out the window. He's the second prisoner to escape Corrections custody from the hospital after a similar incident last month. Corrections is undertaking a review of how he managed to escape. No reprieve for those in Vanuatu, with heavy rain worsening devastation following last week's 7.3 magnitude earthquake. Rain poses flooding and landslip risks as more than 1,000 people have been forced from their homes to sleep in the open. Save the Children's Lavinia Mahit is in Port Vila and says the damage has been overwhelming.
Everyone's still traumatised, not just children, but adults as well. And with the added rain, this has caused more anxiety, more stress.
US President-elect Donald Trump is promising to vigorously pursue the death penalty when he takes power in January. His statement on social media is in response to President Joe Biden's announcement he'd commuted 37 out of 40 federal inmates on death row. Trump says he'll direct the Justice Department to protect American families and children from violent rapists, murderers and monsters. A lot of New Zealanders are sticking with tradition and having a Christmas ham today. An annual survey reveals 34.8% of Kiwis will serve ham as their main protein, edging out lamb by 0.2%. Nearly 50% of New Zealanders are planning a traditional roast with all the trimmings. NZ Pork CEO Brent Kleiss says there's something about a glazed ham that speaks Christmas.
Pork are a domestically focused industry. They're all about feeding families.
To sport, and a show of respect between the two Supermaxi yachts contesting for line honours in tomorrow's Sydney to Hobart race. Master Lock Comanche is looking to beat defending champions Law Connect in the 630 nautical mile race. Comanche skipper James Mayo has a lot of love for the Law Connect sailors, who he knows well off the water.
They're world-class sailors, and it's going to be a real dogfight, but there is a huge amount of respect amongst both teams. We're all good friends, but the gloves are off once we get across that start line, I can assure you of that.
Racing gets underway at 3 p.m. tomorrow. And sailing legend Sir Russell Coutts is having a relaxed Christmas before a busy New Year begins. The 3-time America's Cup winner is back for a rare festive season on New Zealand soil. Now, SailGP boss Coutts says he's looking forward to the Moth World Championships, with several young Kiwi sailors competing at the Manly Club near his home base north of Auckland.
That's pretty cool, particularly when they're competing alongside Diego Botine and Sebastian Snyder, Phil Robertson, some of the other SailGP drivers, or former drivers in the case of Phil. It's pretty cool that these young sailors can compete against them.
A whirlwind year for kayaker Amy Fisher will conclude with her settling in her home of Hawke's Bay for the summer. The 29-year-old missed out on a medal in the women's K1 500 race at the Paris Olympics, but has announced her bid to compete at the Los Angeles 2028 event. As part of the upcoming cycle, she's moved back to her hometown of Hawke's Bay after 10 years living in Auckland. Fisher says she's ready to put her